Alright, I'm going to make a little video for you guys as far as how to protect your backflow, which is the most susceptible thing to a light freeze. The first thing to find is your water main shut off. This is usually, the sprinkler's usually tied in near this. You don't need to shut this off, but it's always good to know where it is in case you have any other sort of water emergency in your house, like your water heater starts leaking or the faucet blows off. There's usually some sort of shut-off valve below this right here, which is your water meter. So that's just good to know where that is, but you don't need that for this process. So basically, about probably 90% of systems you're gonna come up here, come across here, and this will be your sprinkler valve shut off. This is how most of them are set up. Sometimes they're gonna be, if you go, you can follow the pipe, you'll go across, and sometimes you'll find them. They'll put them, the valves up by the edge of the house or that, but the majority of the time, you're gonna be right here by the, it'll come off one side or the other. But, so this is your sprinkler shut-off valve right here. Let me get a better view of this. And so if it's in line with the pipe, that means it's on. And when you go this way, so it's crossways, that means it's off. And then this one actually happens to have both styles of drain. It has a drain right here for that, as well as you're gonna find a lot of them don't have this, and they have this little thing, which you'll just need sometimes you can screw them off by hand, but sometimes you might need a little pliers to do that. So basically the first thing you're gonna do when you are trying to drain the backflow is shut this valve off right here, and then we'll go upstairs and I will continue this video. Alright, so this right here is your backflow. We need to take these little caps off, and most of the time your backflow is not going to have those on them. And then basically these little bleed screws right here, same thing, you just need to open them so they're in line, just like that, so they're flat, and that basically opens them. A lot of times on newer systems they'll have like a hose spigot thing right here, kind of looks like one of these deals, but it'll be on this pipe. And if you do have one of those, open it as well. It just drains more water that way. But so basically we're gonna just come up here, open these two things, and then we'll continue in the basement. Okay, so we're back down in the basement, and I'm gonna open this drain right here. Generally you'll want to put the bucket up to it, but I don't have a free hand, so we're just gonna open that. And that's gonna drain all the water from the backflow outside down into the house. And so this pipe that goes from here all the way up to the backflow and outside is not going to have any water in it. So that's empty. Your backflow should be protected. It's not guaranteed, but it's the best you can do without having the air to do the blowout. The other thing you'll want to do, which this one happens to be in the basement, a lot of times they're in the garage or outside, you just want to come over and turn your timer to off, just because there's no sense in the valves running. And then this, you'll want to just make sure this is shut off once it drains all the way. And the reason you go outside and open those two little bleed screws on the backflow is if you don't, the line can just vacuum lock essentially, and it'll take forever to drain that line back, and or it may not even drain it back. It'll just kind of go drip, 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 and nothing will come out. So hopefully that helps. So just kind of a recap, your water main is down here. If you ever have any problems, that's your water meter, and the valve is here to shut it off for any other household problems, not your sprinklers. And then yeah, like I say, your sprinkler water shut off is here, and then usually it's the drain back is here, or there's this little thing right here for that. About the only thing you'll need for this is a bucket, screwdriver, flat blade screwdriver, and maybe a pliers. A lot of the newer houses, you'll have this drain we'll actually have a hose that's ran down to the ground, and it just drains out into a floor drain, so you won't need a bucket. So hopefully that helps.